Today, we're going to learn about a way to store things in Unreal that allows us to get references to those specific actors or objects, what have you, from anywhere in the game. This is super useful from everything to I'm a room in a procedural dungeon and I've just been completed, please spawn the next room, to I'm an experience orb and I've just been collected, please add me to the player's level. For this demo, we have this cube spawner here, where every time we call the spawn cube function, it summons a cube and destroys the old one. Very Portal inspired, very simple stuff. Let's say that I want the player to be able to spawn a cube whenever they want, whenever they press the B key. Kind of traditional way of doing this would be, I'm not going to set up enhanced input, so we're just going to do our debug key B. And on press, we might do something like get actor of class, and then get the cube spawner. And if I could click on it, we're going to spawn cube. Right? But get actor of class is a pretty expensive operation. Right? It has to go through every actor in the level and be like, are you the one I want? No. Are you the one I want? Are you the one I want? So especially for big levels, it's going to be kind of a laggy operation. The way I like to do it is by creating something called a game instance. So we're going to type in a new blueprint class, type in game instance. We're going to call this GI underscore global tutorial. And then we need to tell the project to actually use this game instance. So edit, project settings, game instance, set the game instance class to GI global tutorial. And all we need to do in here is set a new variable called the cube spawn manager. And I'm going to set its type to demo cube spawner. And so it'll store an object reference to our cube spawner. Next, we can create a blueprint function library, which if you haven't used them before, they're super handy. They allow you to create a bunch of functions that you can call from anywhere in your game, and you don't need an instance of it to exist somewhere in the world. So if you're familiar with coding, this would be a static object. So BPFL global tutorial helpers. First, we need to get access to our game instance. So get global tutorial game instance. I'm going to get game instance cast to global tutorial. And then we just return. And GI Then what I like to also do is make this pure, meaning that all of this is just kind of one of these like green nodes here. I don't have any exec pins, which is totally fine here since I'm not changing any data. I'm just getting some data. And then, because I like to feel extra fancy, I'm going to give it a compact node title. In this case, we're going to call it Game Instance Global Tutorial. Now, we're going to create another function in here. We're going to call this Get Cube Spawn Manager. We just get our game instance from the function we just created. Get Cube Spawn Manager. And make sure you come down here and get the variable and not the function that we are currently working in. Return. Plug that in. That works for me. Pure compact node title, Cube Spawn Manager. Now I can come into my first person character, get Cube Spawn Manager, plug that in directly. And there we go. Last thing I got to do is I got to tell the CubeSpawn manager to go talk to the game instance and be like, hey, I'm the CubeSpawn manager. Reference me. So we get game instance. We want specifically the function we created. Game instance global tutorial. Set CubeSpawn manager. And we're going to set it to self. File and save. Now if we pop in, press the B key, we can spawn cubes to our heart's content. That's it for the main content. If you are worried about optimization and are going to be complaining to me about my size maps, first of all, thank you for leaving an angry comment and providing engagement for the video. But it is a valid concern. If you're worried about optimization in that regard, what I'd recommend you do in the game instance, you would store this as a generic actor and use a Blueprint interface to communicate with this. Let me know if you have any questions about that in the comments below. But that's going to do it for me. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and follow for more. Have a great day.